set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Chiefs offense ready to take the field with none other than the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, leading the way.
Boy, it's great to see him back on the field after tearing his ACL last season. And most people know about the ability. We've seen it for so long. Never forget about the determination. I expect him to get back to elite play and fast.
Oh, some strong running. There he goes, right side.
He's on his way.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kenneth Walker,
76 yards.
And the Chiefs take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys beyond that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
In motion right goes Reed.
Love from the gun on third down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first two drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
Now Remigio.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. They might very well lean on him the rest of the way.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Mahomes to throw.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Mahomes now to throw.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
Here's Walker.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Ken Walker
with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is in to make it 16-0.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
Butker now to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And his kick here is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 113 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run again with Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Mahomes going to throw. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards one. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. Oh, right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Following the interception, Love. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mansour Delane. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Smith. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Brashard Smith, 68 yards. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Butker now to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Scott Hanson with you from Orlando. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. But first, let's give you a look at some of the highlights from our first half, including the play of this man, Kenneth Walker III. He's got a couple of rushing touchdowns already, and you can bet he wants more. To find out if he can add to his tally, let's rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A gain of 3, second down. To the right side, this is Walker. And he works free. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll try for the first with Walker. Shoves him aside. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 157 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On the handoff, it's DeMercado. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards. Well, you hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead and take it into the end zone rather than dealing with him again on a likely carry on this down.
Walker. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Kenneth Walker punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Butker now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw.
That's taken in by Watson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And running with power here. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Off the play fake, Love.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he's got this down to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
35 yards for Josh Jacobs. And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Smack now for the PAT.
And that will cut this lead down to 13. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Now he's into the clear again. Inside the 20.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Ken Walker.
72 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Butker now to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Love. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Love now.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love.
Able to find his man, Kraft.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. Throwing, Love.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Tucker Kraft
from 13 yards out.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Smack now for the PAT.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
3rd down and 1. Running left is Walker. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Back to Walker on first down.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout.
A give for Walker running right.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Running right, here's Walker. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Smith trying to run for it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Chiefs have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Butker now to kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To pass, here's Jordan Love.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Love looking to throw it. Same target. It's Jacobs again.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. To throw now. Here's Love.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Love.
That one out wide and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
a nice season individually last year, fourth straight year with over 4,400 yards passing. But the team missed the playoffs for the first time since 2022. He and the Lions expecting redemption this season.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. In motion, the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Even some of the most tenured quarterbacks make mistakes, but I don't think we have to worry about his confidence. He's been through just about everything during his career, so I'm sure he'll flush this and be ready to come back out and make up for his mistake on the next possession.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly, you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
Powering forward.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Here's Walker. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Ken Walker taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
They'll try and run it here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Lions go back to work as you get a peek at their offensive coordinator, Drew Petzing. His guys trail here in this first half, and now they'll focus on trying to get some points on this upcoming drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Gibbs straight ahead. Shifts by him. Gibbs gets popped and he loses the football. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw, Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Goff now looks to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really, by the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Gibbs.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
With solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
Now Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted.
Jack Campbell with a pick.
And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Lions offense set to take over.
Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And some strong running. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Goff. That is caught. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down, Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
The last thing I want to do is not give Amon-Ra St. Brown his due, because he is one of the most consistent receivers in the league, but he's much more than that. Tough, gritty, competitive. His 3rd straight year last year with double-digit touchdowns for his Lions.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Second down and 6 now.
Now Goff. And he's got it. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They'll run with Gibbs.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Pacheco is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. In motion goes the tight end. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to...
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Walker now on 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And going right back to Walker.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now it's gone.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. A little juke.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Gone.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
To throw is Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A solid stiff arm. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's caught left side by the tight end Gray. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now here's Mahomes. Open man, there's Gray. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Complete. Smith has it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes flushed out right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jack Campbell. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Jets offense taking the field behind Geno Smith. His 2nd stint with the Jets. They drafted him in 2013. Now 13 years later, he's back where it all started.
I love this story. Kind of a back-to-the-future feel with Geno Smith with the Jets where he began his NFL career. He may have led the league in interceptions last season, but I expect his veteran leadership to be good for this young New York team.
A man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Geno.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy,
there he goes right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kenneth Walker.
57 yards.
And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Butker now to kick this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball again on second down.
And a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They run again with Walker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Running left is Walker.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
3rd and 9 here. A give for Walker running right.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Smith trying to run for it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter.
Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football.
2nd and goal from the 1. As they've got it as we resume it. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns.
Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he is in to make it 16-0. Butker now to kick this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Looking to put a drive together.
He'll give it to Hall to start the drive.
Dances by him. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, right back to Hall.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
80 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, 2nd and 4. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, here's Walker. And they can't bring him down. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Walker with another carry. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and run it here. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Thorough domination right now, and the game plan is simple, obviously, Charles. They're going for 2 after every touchdown, and it's 24-0.
Don't you just get the sense right now that they're just flexing? I mean, you'd be able to do whatever they want, how they want, 3 2-point conversions. And now they're up 24-0. So essentially they gained a field goal out of it without even trotting the kicker out there.
Butker now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second down and 3. Back to throw, Smith. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Geno now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
In motion right is Wilson. To the air again, Smith.
Down inside the 10.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
2nd down and 4. And Walker once more.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. Running right, here's Walker. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks. Scott Hanson with you from...
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
To the right side, this is Walker. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
To the 27-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. The give is to DeMercado. Stiff-armed him. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. On the handoff, it's DeMercado. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now the first carry here for their running back. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you're...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Amari DeMercado, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Jets offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. In motion left is Mitchell. Out of the gun, Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Smith. Caught. It's Wilson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton. Now Smith. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Smith. Allen here on the screen. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Smith. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
A run. It's DeMercado.
Pushes past him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
Running, DeMercado.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line.
On the ground, it's DeMercado. Still going inside the 20.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Butker now to kick this one away.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Smith now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A shotgun snap for Smith.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
2 yards to go, second down. This is Hall. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Arrowhead.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
and last season really fulfilled his promise, finished 5th in MVP voting, and led the Jags to their first division title since 2022. Their next goal, go deeper in the playoffs and contend for a Super Bowl.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come, because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. With no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes now to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Again, it's Walker.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Chiefs put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. They'll try and run it here. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Butker now to kick this one away. Allen, nifty footwork. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line.
On the handoff, Tootin. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
He's got Thomas yet again complete. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Tootin is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. This is caught. And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a 1st down. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Walker now on 1st and 10. Pushing his way through. He's still on his feet. Off to the races. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is in to make it 16-0. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Butker now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Butker now to kick this one away. A solid stiff arm.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Now Lawrence.
Over the middle, open is... And oh, he coughed it up.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange.
Escapes the defender.
On the move past the 40. Still going.
And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Parker Washington
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jags are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Shreds him with a stiff arm.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Powering his way forward. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 58 yards. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it, because to me it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air, and what a result. Big-time play.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Butker now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Running straight ahead with Tootin.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
A short throw there to Strange.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion left is Thomas.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. A short throw there to Strange.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now Lawrence. Complete to Washington. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down. The give is to Tootin. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Bashal Tootin, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And going right back to Walker. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Antonio Johnson, a nice tackle there behind the line of scrimmage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They go play fake. Mahomes. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here's Smith as he'll try to run some clock. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Running left is Walker. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try for the first with Walker. Now he's loose again. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Ken Walker, 46 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
And here on third down, your number one goal, don't be a hero, just get the first down. But here, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, the field opens up for him, and he's able to take it right up the gut and into the end zone.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Butker now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. From the 29, here's a 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete. Now, defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. Lawrence going to throw again. A short throw there to Strange. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Now Lawrence to throw. He'll fight a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Parker Washington with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Down 2 scores, out of timeouts, a must recover if they're going to have any shot. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. They go play action with Lawrence. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. From midfield now, Lawrence.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Pass complete. Thomas.
And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
Here comes the Giants offense with their second-year QB leading the way. Now his first full season at the helm, Jackson Dart.
Once he hit the field his rookie season, he brought some true excitement to his team and to his fan base. I love his aggressiveness, but has to learn to protect himself. But this guy, he goes all out on every possession.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now the former Sun Devil, it's Cam Scatterbo.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
To throw now, Dart. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
They fire this one quickly to Austin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Scattaboo will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to hammer it in with Scattaboo. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. They'll try to throw for it with Dart. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And his kick is indeed good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Chiefs offense ready to take the field with none other than the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, leading the way.
Boy, it's great to see him back on the field after tearing his ACL last season. And most people know about the ability. We've seen it for so long. Never forget about the determination. I expect him to get back to elite play and fast.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Shoves him away. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Walker with another carry. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A give for Walker running right. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rashee Rice, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Butker now to kick this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants going back to work as you get a look at their offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy. He is as intense and as focused as you'll find in this business, and all eyes, including his, are on what is to come in this next possession. In motion, Slayton. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Dart. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
Now throwing again. Here's Dart. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mansour Delane. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And Walker once more.
A solid stiff arm. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
To the right side, this is Walker.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead to 11-3.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
There he goes, left side.
Now he's free at the 35.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, 70 yards. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Andy Reid, never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone for 2 more as the lead moves up to 16. Butker now to kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
Looking to put a drive together.
On the ground, it's Scadaboo to start the drive.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away.
And shedding a man at the 40.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry together, and it's been on full display throughout the contest. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Ken Walker
With now his second touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those two TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Butker now to kick this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Dart going to give to Scadaboo. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
On play action, here's Dart. He'll dump this off to Scadaboo.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Off the play fake, it's Dart.
That is caught at the 7.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
First down, here's Scatteroo.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Dart.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Theo Johnson,
A 5-yard touchdown.
and the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Again, it's Walker.
Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Running right, here's Walker. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Hand off here to Walker.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kenneth Walker.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Butker now to kick this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll go. Here's Dart.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
And the Chiefs offense ready to go again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now a run with Walker.
Sheds off the tackle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They run again with Walker. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it.